Hi, this is Jenny Brav, and today we are going to be tapping to clear fears of visibility in order to be able to step into the biggest versions of ourselves. And you might hear in the background the crows demonstrating fearlessness and visibility and also hearability. So I invite you to close your eyes and just feel into any blocks that come up for you, or fears or areas that contract when you think of really stepping into visibility, into your bigness. And if there are none, that's great, but it means you might not need this video. Otherwise, just noticing any emotions that show up. Is there fear, paralysis, frustration, powerlessness, confusion, anger, sadness, whatever it might be, just noticing. And noticing if there's anywhere in your body where that shows up. Any place that gets tight, contracted, maybe wants to hide or shield, brace. Noticing if there are thoughts or beliefs not safe. I'm going to be betrayed. They'll know I'm not enough. I'm going to fail. I'm going to succeed and be punished for it, whatever it might be. And just breathing into anything that comes up for you, sending presence, compassion, whatever feels accessible right now. And then imagining that there's an invisible thread to the contraction, the fears, the thoughts, beliefs, and that you're following that thread back in time. And it might lead you to a memory in your childhood when you started learning that it was safer to hide. Or perhaps, especially if you've been working on this, healing this for a while, it might take you to an ancestral memory, one of your parents or guardians or beyond. It might take you to a past life memory, just whatever shows up for you. And if nothing does, just keep breathing into the emotions, the beliefs, the physical sensations. Taking another deep breath. And then calling forth a version of you. This might be a future version of you, your higher self, wise self, a parallel version of you that's already released any fears of visibility and is fully connected to your wholeness, to your bigness, to your purpose, whatever that might be. And just noticing what that version of you feels like, if it's a kinesthetic way that you're perceiving them, or what they look like, sound like, what it feels like in your body, however you might be perceiving that version of you. Noticing what their qualities are, how they seem to be feeling and living their lives, how it might be different from the current version of you, and there might be similarities too. Again, just noticing without judgment. This isn't about comparing, it's just about accessing and noticing what is within the realm of possibility once we clear the wounds, which we haven't done yet, so it might not feel that possible. When you're ready, we'll start tapping. Feel free to pause and write down anything you received. You can open your eyes, keep them closed, whatever feels good. Follow along with me or tap on your own points, and feel free to modify the words to better suit your circumstances. Tapping on the side of your hand. Even though part of me is ready to step into my bigness, show up more fully. Let my life force energy flow more fully. And tap on the side of the other hand. And another part of me is still trapped in old fears of visibility. Some of which I probably came in with. I love and accept myself deeply and completely. Or at least I'm open to it. Even with all of this happening all over your head. High part of me that's ready to step into my bigness inside of the eyebrows, be more visible outside of the eyes. I see you. Under the eyes, I feel you. Under and above the lips, I know you are so ready for the upgrade. Under the collarbone. Thanks for reminding me, middle of the sternum, that this is what we're here for. Ribs to shine brightly. Side of the body to share our gifts as broadly as possible. Wrist. Thank you so much for reminding me. The wrist, that this is my birthright. tapping all over the head. And I acknowledge all the parts that are scared. Inside of the eyebrows, not ready. Outside of the eyes, have not gotten the memo. Under the eyes, that our circumstances have changed. Under and above the lips, breathe. Or aren't sure they can trust the change. Under the collarbone, I see you. Middle of the sternum, I know you're scared. Ribs, I know you're not sure you can trust this. Side of the body. And I'm so sorry you got the message. Wrist. Either you or your ancestors. Other wrist, or maybe both. Head. That it's not safe to be too visible. Inside of the eyebrows, that if you were, you would be shamed. Outside of the eyes, maybe even shunned. Under the eyes, or punished. Under and above the lips. Maybe even more so for having succeeded. Under the collarbone. I am so sorry. Middle of the sternum. That you had to go through that. Or that our ancestors did. Ribs, or maybe even a past life. Under those circumstances, side of the body, it was so smart of my younger self, the wrist and or my ancestors, other wrist and or past life self. To develop this coping strategy of hiding. All over the head, of staying small, inside of the eyebrows, less visible, inside of the eyes. That was so smart and brave at the time. Under the eyes, and exactly what was needed. Under and above the lips. And we can hang on to this as long as we need to feel safe. Under the collarbone. And it's possible that our circumstances have changed. Middle of the sternum. This isn't life and death. ribs. This isn't as dire as it seems. Side of the body. It's possible that stepping into our bigness, wrist could even be fun. Other wrist, playful. All over the head, or at least a growth opportunity. Inside of the eyebrows. I'm open to releasing the old fears outside of the eyes and upgrading my nervous system. And then above the lips. The current time. Under the collarbone, defragmenting all the old files. Middle of the sternum that are slowing things down. Ribs clogging up the operating system. Good, deep breath. And pause. And checking in with the fear of stepping into visibility. What it feels like when you think of stepping into your bigness. And if the fear is down to maybe a 2 or 3, let's release it out of 10. If not, if it's higher, feel free to keep doing the tapping up until now. A few more rounds. And let's nod to the wounds, imagining that we're stacking all the wounds to visibility. And as a child, when you got the message it wasn't safe, and or your parents, your ancestors, your any past life, if you have access to that. If you don't, it's totally fine. It's just an option to add that. And just feeling the wounds and then the coping strategies that came from that. And just feeling how well those coping strategies served at some point, nodding to them. And really feeling that part of your soul that's ready to step into your bigness, feeling that part, step behind you and providing a loving presence, not pressuring, not pushing, but just a solid, strong, knowing presence, knowing that that part has your back. You might envision that part either as the ancestors who weren't wounded in your lineage, who are here to support you. It might be that higher self, parallel self we accessed earlier. It might be both. And just feeling that support, that you can lean into it, that you're not alone, if that's accessible. And if not, you can do this even without that. If you feel ready, and just releasing all the woundings, the coping strategies, knowing they served at some point, sending them gratitude, and then releasing any cords that are tying you to those memories, your own or not, or inherited. pop any trauma capsules of time. Again, could be past life, ancestral, childhood, all three, where this fear is trapped in, this part of you is still trapped in time, not knowing things have updated. Whoosh. And then call back the soul part that is trusting, connected to your purpose, calling it into your heart, into your crown, your abdomen. Resting your hands in your abdomen, just feeling all those parts coming back to you, knowing that this is not on you. The magic is already happening. You are being guided every step of the way, taking nice big breaths. Maybe calling forth that parallel, higher, wise self, future self version of you, however you conceive of him or them. And this time, merge with them. Just feeling in your body what it feels like to really embody the part of you that is already just reconnected to your wholeness unapologetically, shining brightly with the radiance of your heart. And when you're ready, tapping all over your body, shake it out. Touch something grounding. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and a little post video plug that I want to make for my book. I just received the author copy. It says not for release, so this isn't what it's going to finally look at, but I released it this morning. I received it this morning, being released on August 15th. Of 2023. And for me, I had to clear so many wounds, both around writing on my father's side in particular. That was part of his journey. He went to Paris, where I was born and raised, to be a writer, didn't quite make it. So I had to clear his disappointment, but also his Jewish ancestry and his father's thwarted dreams. And also there's a lot on my mother's side, and then just generally circumstantial blocks to and dangers to living out their dreams. And so I'm sure there will be more steps in the process, but this is part of why I wanted to do this now, offer this to you, because I know that I am also testing the edges for myself around visibility and bigness. So thank you for being with me on this journey. As always, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you next time.